Hi,
Hello,
how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
Um,
me.
so, Parents Africa, we've been doing a campaign about child online safety, and we'd just love to have a conversation with you about child online safety as a parent, what you're doing to curb and to mitigate some of these challenges that are there right now in modern day parenting. Yeah, so welcome to our segment, and thank you for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. My name is Laventa Luvandwa Amtavi. I'm an athlete, I'm a mom, and I'm a social worker by profession. Yes.
Wow. So you're a mom, you're an athlete.
Yes.
How do you juggle these two roles?
Kai, they say what a man can do, a woman can do better.
Better.
So I think women, we're talented in multitasking. So you just find time to balance between your family time and also being able to do what you love doing. And what I love doing is being an athlete. So when I wake up in the morning, I make sure I've seen my kids off to school, go for work like any other normal person, come back and ensure that when they're back from school, I also have time to spend with them. Yeah.
It's something that so many parents nowadays are struggling with,
Yeah.
making time for their children, especially like with the jobs, the new curriculum. It's very difficult to juggle. Do you have any tips, specific tips that you'd share with, let's say, mothers?
I'd say I've been there. I understand when you say that people are struggling, parents are struggling to find time to spend with their kids. I've been in a position where I couldn't see my children go to bed and wake up for days. And actually just became a stranger to them. They're like, oh, mom, oh, you're here. Okay, well and good, because they don't see you. But I think I reached a point after like 3 years, I was done. I was like, I can't continue living like this, because at the end of the day, as much as you keep on hustling hard, you hustling to make sure you get money to spend with your family. But if you don't get time to spend with them, then what importance is it? So I decided to slow down, quit one job, and focus on athletics and being a mom. So I think what I would say is, for parents, and it's very difficult. The economy is hard, and we are struggling. We love our jobs. You're trying to juggle between job and being a good parent. But all you can do is the little time you get, be it on Sunday, be it on Saturday, the little time you get, you make sure you spend time with them. Because sometimes we hustle so hard and make our kids forget that we're doing it for them.
Yeah.
So if you get the little time, even if it's 3 hours of your time, just spend time with them, get to learn their behaviors. Yeah, it's quite funny that kids evolve every time. Even when I have time right now, my son, his character 1 year ago is not his character now. There's a time I went with him to vacation and at Coast, and we went to this door, Tamarind door, and there are a lot of people having fun and dancing, and my son stood up and went at the center and started dancing. I was shocked because the son I knew a year ago, he was kind of reserved. Then just seeing him being able to gather courage and spend time and enjoy himself, we're like, wow. So that is what we miss as parents when we don't spend time with our kids. But when you get like 3 hours of your time, you get to understand that they're growing and you get to learn their behaviors. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite things to do with your children?
Kai, try dancing. Okay, I don't dance, but I think the favorite thing we do is have them dance for me while I record. No, they like, I think this is the Gen Z generation.
Yeah.
So they like.
Sorry, that's Gen Alpha, babes.
Okay. This generation, yes. They like, I think, dancing and music. So they're quick to learn these dances and challenges. So what I like to do is just ask them, nigani mmeshika this time round? Hapo tu, watu dansie. Then you get to enjoy. I think that is what I enjoy most.
You've said children evolve a lot and rapidly.
Shockingly.
What is the most surprising thing that your child has done that just you really did not see coming?
I'd say that one, the one I just told you. My son was he's not shy, but it takes time to learn people, to get used to people. So when he gets to a new environment, it takes time to study people and see, oh, these guys are friendly, and it starts to open up slowly. But now when we went out, and he stood out of nowhere because the music was so nice, and he started dancing and everyone was watching, and he actually just danced with other guys. That shocked me. I was like, wait. And I just realized that school changed him a lot. I was like, oh, so this is because of school. Because at home, he was used to the people he knows. But now he goes to school and every day you meet different people, different students from different classes. Then you learn to adapt. So it actually shocked me, but in a good way. I was like, yeah, this guy is confident.
Okay, so you had also mentioned dancing. That your kids, your son specifically, he loved dancing.
Yeah.
So is this on social media?
I know. What we do at home, we just record a song that you know they like. You play a song on Spotify and you have them dance for you. So they entertain you as their audience. But you know, for them to learn the most, then they have to be exposed to media.
Yeah.
So what we do is if they want to learn a certain dance, they'll come to you like, Mom, we want to do this dance. Then you're like, okay, we sit together. Then you go on YouTube, you play the challenge. Then you have them watch the challenge. Then once they watch it, you're like, have you caught the moves? Yes. Then you tell them go and practice. So they go and practice, then they'll come show us. I think so they enjoy doing that. They come, learn the moves. Then when they're on their free time, they practice, then they come to show us. But how do you ensure that you give them what they want, but you're also sure and secure that the kids are safe? So what we do is, like for me, I really, really love the kids' tablet because it has a parental control. So with the parental control, then you can control what they watch, the screen time limit, and the search history. So that gives me confidence because when you buy the tablet, you make sure you have the parental control set. You set you make sure there is no, what is it called? This Google download, what is it called? If you want to download App Store
or Google Play Store.
Play Store. You make sure there's no Play Store, and you make sure the kids' YouTube is controlled. It has your parental logins. It has time limit. And then you're sure your kids are safe. But you can't be sure. So what you keep on doing is checking. You can come, check the tablet, check the search history. And I think that is how we protect our children nowadays. Yeah.
Are there any challenges you faced, such as the insults you've talked about, maybe with regards to your kids?
I've not faced them per se, but I've been in a situation where I've had parents complain a lot of what their children are exposed to. Like you in a scenario where you have a 12-year-old and you have 20-year-old girls and above. So the 20-year-olds are watching a movie on Netflix. 365 days. You have a 12-year-old, you see. So the 20-year-old feels like she's mature enough to watch the movie. The 12-year-old is not mature enough. But because they're siblings, so the sibling has a right to end. You know how siblings are. Me, I'm watching. So you either stay or not.
Your son,
Yes.
Quinton, has a social media page, an Instagram page to be specific.
Yes.
How do you ensure that he is safe on Instagram? And have you had a conversation with him about online safety?
He's still young. He's just 5 years old. But what we did as the parents, for us to open the social media platform for him, it was more of us ensuring that he has memories he'll look up to when he grows. people open social media platforms for different reasons. For us, it was mainly you can have your phone, you can save photos, but sometimes you lose them. So anything that is a memory that we share together, or a memory that we think he would want to look back at 18 years later, we open the page so that we put it there. So right now we're the ones who are managing his page. We just post what we think is a memory that he will look up to when he turns 18. Yeah, so he's 5, so right now he can't understand any safety measures. But he understands that he has we have a social media page for him, but he will get to learn more about it when he grows. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So, do you have any rules or guidelines concerning screen time? It always comes up. It's a big deal for parents right now. It's a big challenge.
It is. For me, what we do mostly is we make sure that we balance between screen time and actual play date. When we were growing up, we used to be beaten for spending a lot of time outside and you come back home late.
Yeah.
The kids of today would rather spend a lot of time inside the house than leave the house. Which, for me, is a concern because we are nurturing kids who are we are naturally wiring them to be introverts. Because if you have your tablet, you have your phone, then what are you doing going outside?
Yeah.
But you know, physical play is important to our kids because it helps in the cognitive development of your brain. It helps even in your socialization. So we have to make sure that our kids get the physical play that is like limited in day-to-day activities.
Yeah.
So what we do, Monday to Friday, there's no screen. So all they have to do is go to school, come from school, do homework, then play outside 1 hour. So they have a 1 hour gap to go and play physically, then come home and sleep. So when it's weekend, then weekend they get the screen time. So on weekend, on Saturdays mostly they love going for activities. So they'll either go swimming, go play tennis, maybe accompany us for training session. Then when they come back, eat, have their screen time for about 2 hours, break, go play with the other kids in the neighborhood, and that's basically how we control it. We ensure they have a screen time of about 2 hours, and when they're there, you have to make sure what they are watching.
Yeah.
Like for us, they have their own screen that we have set up for them. That doesn't have. There is no Netflix. There is only YouTube Kids, and that's just it. It's only something that they can access for the kids only.
Yeah. Are there any measures you have taken to protect them online, like their image? Anything you have done?
And not necessarily, because now there's so much you can do online, but also there's so much you cannot do. Because once you post that photo, someone can take it and do whatever they want to do with it. So there's so much you can do, so much you can't do. So for now, not really. But maybe as we continue to, as parents, as young parents especially, we learn a lot every day. And with the change in social media and new things that are coming up with AI and whatever, so you have to keep on learning and learning on what you can do to safeguard your child.
Yeah.
So for the moment, not yet, but we have friends of ours who usually help us in terms of legal things. So she usually goes through everything that has to do to protect our family, our child. So I believe she usually takes her time, and with anything that is arising, she will let us know and guide us on what to do and how best to protect her child and ourselves also.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Anything you'd tell a new parent about parenting generally, and even about online parenting?
I think parenting is a wide topic. I remember when I gave birth to my son, the the very first, you see the stereotypes that are there, that oh, when you give birth, you're not able to raise your child. You have to have someone there to help you raise. Do you have to do someone there to help you to do what? Then, when I was giving birth to my son, it was literally us, the two of us, no one else in our bed sitter. Like even if we wanted to have someone else there, we couldn't have someone else there. So I remember we raised our son together, the two of us, and the thing that ilikuwa inanishinda most ilikuwa kumwosha. So I used to wait for him to come back, then together we tunamwosha because he was so tiny, and me I used to look at him and I was like, mimi nikiona kwa besheni mtu ana drown kwa maji kidogo. So being that we've been able to do that together, I believe that as parents, parenting is different. Kuna wase wanakuja nakwambia, oh, you know, someone can come and tell you the secrets to parenting. It's never the same. Because what I went through when I was giving birth to my son is different with what you'll go through giving birth to twins. It's different from what you'll go through when you give birth to a child and you have to stay in the hospital for 3 months, 2 months with the child before you go back home with the kid. So parenting is different. Every mother goes through a different and unique journey, but all you have to do is ensure that you trust in the process, value the people that are around you, the support system that you have that will guide you on specific things that you don't know, especially new moms. Guy, well, I have a story about your story ya kufunga tumbo. I don't know, but about new moms, like there's so many things that happen. So you have to have people around you who will let you know what to do and what not to do.
Finally, tell parents something about child online safety and why it is important for them to lead and to teach their children about child online safety.
Yeah, parents, mimi kama mwenzenyu, and it's just a reminder that we have to be focused on the needs and the rights of our children. And as parents, our main goal is to make sure that our children are safe. And for us to make sure that our children are safe, especially on the online platform, is to make sure that you make sure you check what your child is exposed to, limit their screen time, have parental controls on their tablets. I think restrict whatever they can watch, even on YouTube. And you know, what is so hard for us nowadays is even the cartoons the kids are watching are corrupted. So before you tell your child, watch Cocomelon, kindly watch the Cocomelon yourself and ensure that this Cocomelon is safe for my child to watch. Because I've had reports where children are actually watching different things. The cartoon we used to know is not the same cartoon that kids are watching now. So please just ensure that as you raise your children, ensure that you safeguard them, especially on the online platforms. It's something that we can't avoid. You can't say that, okay, my child will never be on social media. Yes, but my child will never have access to online platform is a lie, because in schools they'll get an access to the platform. So just teach them that they have to know that the contents that are made for kids, they're content that are made for adults. They have to strictly adhere to their age limit. If you're a kid, don't be exposed to things that are not your age, because you're still a kid. You need to learn what kids are supposed to learn. And as a parent, what do? Keep on checking those tablets that we have. Go search the watch history. Because the watch history, the kids are smart, but I don't think they're smart enough to delete the search history. Go search. Just confirm that even as you're exposing them to tablets, for them to play games and to watch cartoons, they're also safe. Limit the screen time. Like, we need to raise our kids the way we were raised. Unacheza uko nje hadi unakula viboko. Like, let them have physical play time. It's better for them to play outside than to stick on their laptops 24 hours. So try, just tell them, hey, time ya TV imeisha, nje. They go play, and let us raise our children the way we were raised, so that we give them a healthy environment and they grow up to be wonderful human beings like we are.
Thank you for making the time for this interview.
Karibu sana. See you next time.